Hi, my name is Antonio Villaquiran,
My name is Spina Otero.
and we're students at American Heritage in Plantation, Florida. And this is our global stock pitch presentation for Broadcom, a semiconductor manufacturer. We recommend to buy shares of this company.
So in this presentation, we want to talk about 9 key points, starting in business description and ending in target price.
So, Broadcom is a global semiconductor company that designs and manufactures AI chips, which are necessary in modern electronic devices. It was founded in 1991 and incorporated in Delaware, with its current headquarters located in Palo Alto, California. After operating for 25 years, it was purchased by Avego Technologies Limited. And in 2024, they made over $51.57 billion in revenue and have over 37,000 employees.
So here, we explain that Broadcom manufactures AI chips, designs technological softwares, and distributes components which are necessary in modern electronic devices like phones and iPads and television, for example, and computers.
So this is just a brief history about Broadcom. So it began in 1991 when it was founded by a professor-student relationship between Professor Henry Samueli and his student Henry Nicholas from UCLA. In 2016, after 25 years of operations, it was purchased by Avego Technologies Limited for $37 billion.
Here we can see that in 2023, Broadcom acquired VMware for 69 billion US dollars, helping them expand in the industry. And in 2024, mid AI boom, the market cap of Broadcom reached the $1 trillion mark, which made them one of the largest corporations in the USA.
So, Broadcom is part of the semiconductor industry, which primarily focuses on designing, manufacturing, and distributing chips that are necessary components of electronic devices. Broadcom is a key company in their industry, and they sell their products to many consumers, including Apple, Amazon, Google, and several other big tech companies. The graphic to the right basically highlights the growth of AI in the global market in the next 10 years. And it basically demonstrates how Broadcom could increase their presence globally because of the rising demand in AI softwares and their previous experience with artificial intelligence. So, although they play an important role in supplying these devices, Broadcom faces intense competitions, as seen in the image to the right, depicting their primary competitors. They face competition from companies or tech giants like NVIDIA, TSMC, ASML, Qualcomm, Intel, several other large companies. But their main competitor, NVIDIA, which is over 3 times the size of Broadcom in terms of market capitalization, is their main competitor. However, although they also produce AI chips and manufacture GPUs, we strongly believe that Broadcom is still a better choice because of their custom AI chips, hyperscaler focus, which basically means advanced data centers, which are constantly being sought after more and more, and the broader offering of services that Broadcom offers over NVIDIA.
Here in the pie chart on the right, we can see the Broadcom's market share within the semiconductor industry as of 2024. We see that Broadcom has a 15% market share of the industry, and the other 85, which is mostly conquered by NVIDIA, are for the competition. We still believe that Broadcom is a good company to invest since they have the amazing qualities that Antonio answered right now in the last slide.
So to support this point, we have completed a comprehensive SWOT analysis, which basically shows Broadcom's strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats as a company and relative to their competitors, basically showing how they stand out or what they can improve on. So Broadcom has several strengths, going from their large market to their custom AI chips, their strong financial performances, and they have several opportunities in the future, such as new technology updates, their constantly increasing use of their devices, their acquisition of different companies, which has opened new opportunities for them, and the AI boom, which has allowed them to grow as a company. On the other hand, since they focus or their business model focuses primarily on business to business rather than business to consumer, the market that they appeal to is a bit smaller than usual. And the rising technology costs or operational costs in general, and their heavy reliance on key clients are quite negative for them. Lastly, the governmental policies that are constantly being implemented could change trade policies, which could also influence their complex supply chains, which pose a big threat to the company as a whole.
Here are some investment risks that you should know. There's the new trade policies, intense competition, and volatility within the market that Broadcom faces. For the trade policies, we can see disruptions in the market, well, leading to delays about two different countries and their different policies. For intense competition, we see Nvidia that has partnerships with other large corporations, limiting Broadcom's market, and then with the volatility, making the cost of the products more expensive for Broadcom. A quick recap of what it is ESG considerations is that it stands for environmental, social, and governance considerations within a business. Some considerations that Broadcom has is that in the environment, the AI chips that they make requires a lot of energy. With the social, they have a public relations team, and with the governance, they have strict goals that they had to complete.
So, as a major contributor to environmental pollution, Broadcom participates in extensive climate-related planning, and they've committed themselves to protecting the environment at all costs. To begin with, Broadcom has committed themselves to reducing their Scope 1 and 2 greenhouse emissions by 38% by 2030, which aligns with the UN Paris Climate Agreement. Additionally, they're constantly innovating and creating new technologies that allow them to become more effective. Some examples of this include their brand new Tomahawk 5 Ethernet chip, which basically minimizes their energy consumption and maintains power efficiency. Furthermore, as a multinational corporation, Broadcom is basically they face several social responsibilities, which extends from their employees to their community and etc. They participate or they include DEI initiatives, which basically stands for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion programs, which maintains a diverse work atmosphere, which many times increases increases productivity. Lastly, they have established several committees to ensure that the ECG goals are met. And since they participate in the RBA Alliance, they also ensure that all of their goods that they need are acquired in a positive way.
So here's is how AI impacted Broadcom in revenue, new opportunities, and the value of the company. So 19.4% of the revenue that Broadcom had in 2024 came from AI, and Broadcom wants to invest more in AI since they believe that they can have even more revenue than they had since last year. The new opportunities is that the AI it's developed and it's still developing, so there's a lot of opportunities. And then the value of the company is that the AI helped Broadcom have 1 trillion in market cap in last year, making them one of the largest companies in the USA.
So in order to predict the price of the stock, we use the PE ratio, or also referred to as the price to earnings ratio. The ratio basically shows how much investors are willing to pay for every dollar a company earns. To calculate it, we divided the stock price by the earnings per share, which is also referred to as EPS. This basically helps helps the investor understand and make predictions about future stock prices. As of quarter one, Broadcom's EPS was 1.14, and its stock price as of March 25th is 191.25. Using the PE ratio, we calculated that investors are currently willing to pay $167.70 for every dollar that Broadcom earns. Since 2024, Broadcom's EPS has grown by 300%, which has caused the stock price to rise. If EPS increases to 1.37 by the end of the year, we expect the stock to hit $230. If EPS rises to 1.609 next year, we expect the stock to be valued at $270. Broadcom's EPS would need to increase by 0.23 cents or roughly 20.1% to reach $1.37, which correlates with the projected $230 stock price. Lastly, Broadcom's EPS would need to increase by $0.469 or roughly 41.1% to reach $1.609, which correlates with the projected $270 stock price. We believe that this increase in EPS is likely given Broadcom's impressive 300% growth in EPS and a 484.29% rise in net income over the past few years.
So here's basically, like Antonio said before, the target price for the $230 for 2026 and $270 for 2027. And we still believe that these prices are possible since it's one of the most valuable companies in the whole world. And their AI boom helped them a lot in developing their whole products.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
And
for
we
listening.
recommend buy.